like people are either do business and then miss out massively on their personal brand.
Yeah.
Or they have a personal brand and they have a following and they're pushing it, but they've just got zero business behind it. They don't monetize off of it.
Control.
Everybody can be an influencer.
Yeah.
I know this is something that you believe really passionately because you're
Yeah.
even telling all of the guys in the office. Everybody has a brand, but you said that you'd rather have a personal brand
Yeah.
than money in the bank.
Yeah.
And a personal brand is more powerful than money in the bank.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so true. Samuel Leeds has got his own. I say his. I speak like that because Samuel Leeds is two things. There's Samuel Leeds the person, which is me, and then there's Samuel Leeds the brand.
Yeah.
And as it happens, Samuel Leeds the person and Samuel Leeds the brand are very similar. Much of the same person. Sometimes that's not the case.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got the brand and the person and they're very different. Like no one really knows what some celebrities are like in real life.
Yeah.
They know the brand. You know, so when people meet me in real life, they'll be like, oh man, you're quite actually the same as the brand. If I was starting over again from scratch, literally with a new identity.
Yeah.
Let's say someone wiped, or if I went to another country, okay, where no one knew who I was, I would so build the Samuel Leeds brand back. Or the Joe
How
Bloggs
would you go
brand.
about that?
I would document and vlog everything I'm doing. Some people just document their family, themselves as a mom. They just document their life. But if it's interesting and if it's valuable, then people will start following. Vlogging is a form of telling people what you're doing, but I would just tell the world what I'm doing.
Okay.
In every possible which way I could. So if I was starting again in Australia, I'd just be like, Samuel Leeds starts again in Australia. Samuel Leeds views his first house in Australia. Samuel Leeds puts forward his first offer in Australia. Everything would be a story. Everything would be documented. When I bought my first house, Samuel Leeds buys his first house. Samuel Leeds has to kick out his first tenant. Second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house. Now Samuel Leeds is financially free. And then I'd be going to the newspapers with the stories. I'd be going to the, I'd be trying to make something newsworthy, trying to make things interesting, resonating with people, putting it out there. Because I know that in business, people think you need a lot of money. You do not need a lot of money in business. And Sam, you make it sound too easy. You make it sound too good to trick. Listen, man, I don't make it sound too easy. It's just I'm a business person and I know that in order to make money, what money comes from people. And the thing you need people to know that you exist.
Yeah.
If people know that you exist, then you can make money from a service or a product or a joint venture agreement because people know you, people trust you, you have a reputation. You can have £1 million in the bank, but if no one knows who you are, if you haven't got there's the three things that you need to make money. You need knowledge, you need network, people, and you need money. Money is the least important. Because you can get money from people when people know who you are because you're networked.
Yeah. Stephen was saying that a lot of his business comes through his personal brand and not actually his business.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like the same with you. Like you kind of built your brand and that's kind of where everything's coming from. Like the whole business is built off your personal brand.
It is now, but I only realised about personal branding about 4 years ago. Okay, when I started building my business, I would network.
Yeah.
I had a CRM system. I would get business cards, put them on my CRM system, drop emails out. And stuff like that. And I knew that you had to get people in front of you. I think what I didn't know is the power of online branding.
Okay.
So in the property kind of tight-knit circles and community, people knew, oh, there's this like young guy who's doing really well in property. I was just putting myself out there. I was doing crazy stuff, like I was renting rooms out for free because that gets attention. Oh, have you heard about that guy who's renting rooms out for free? If you're a landlord, he's just managing your property for free.
Was that on? Was that something you were documenting, or just being like?
No, I didn't document it.
Ah, okay.
I didn't realise at the time. I didn't have anyone to tell me that I needed to.
Where do you think you would be now without YouTube?
I think I would be way less known, but of course you can have a personal brand about the internet because having a personal brand is basically just being well known or being famous.
Yeah.
But people were famous long before the internet.
Yeah. But personal brand is anything. A personal brand is just a person. I think Jeff Bezos maybe is a person that quoted it. It was like, a personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room.
Yeah.
So the way people think about you.
Yeah. So everyone has one.
Yeah. So everyone has one.
But
everyone has a brand.
But are people's brand known, I guess?
And it's like actively working on it. Like some people will just be like, oh, I don't have a brand, so they won't work on it. But I think that's kind of like a naive way to think about it.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you own the fact that you have a personal brand, it means you can start working to almost make your personal brand what you want it.
Yeah.
And I think it's nothing about, because I guess some people would think, oh, maybe, see that as maybe like a fake thing, like, oh, you're manipulating kind of who you are.
Yeah.
But it's more just like putting your best foot forward and being like, these are the best things about me and this is what I want to be known for, rather than
and then not only just talking about that, but becoming that.
Yeah.
So saying, who do I want to be?
Yeah.
And then becoming that. And it's the same as everyone's got a personal brand. Everybody, I believe that everybody's a leader. Mm-hmm. Everybody's a leader of unless you just literally don't know anybody and you're isolated in your house on your own. But if you've got kids, you're a leader.
Yeah.
Everybody's a leader, but it's just a case of acknowledging that and being aware of it and saying, actually, everything I do has a consequence. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. And I need to really think about my decisions before I do them, because people are watching and people are following and people are copying and they're being responsible. Same with personal brand. I have a personal brand. People know that I exist.
Yeah.
And the question is, what do they think about me? And how is my brand and how am I known for? So, I think it's really important.
Yeah.
As you say, everyone has a personal brand. Listen, if you do it for the fun of it and that's the only reason, you're going to stop doing it at some point, because it will become unfun.
Yeah.
It will become unfun. You have days where you'll be like, oh man, I don't want to shoot another YouTube video. So unless you have a business behind it, you're just going to give up at some point, because as soon as it gets unfun, you're going to think, well, what's the point? Then you'll stop, and then you get out of the habit. Whereas if you've got a business behind it, it's fun, you do it because you love doing it, but you're also getting paid to do it. So make as much money as you possibly can as an influencer without being inauthentic or incongruent with your brand.
I think when you go niche and going down different avenues, I don't think it's as hard as people think it is.
I think you're right. And when people say something's saturated, I mean, goodness me, the world is saturated with 7 billion people, which means there's more people trying to do it, but there's also more eyeballs waiting for you to watch.
Yeah, and the best time to start is today.
20 years ago.
And the second best?
Now.